Hi, this is Saeed Akbar Khan, and today I'm going to present our final year project that is an artificial intelligence based agronomist. I have with me my team, engineer Fatma Zahra Alvi and engineer Ghulam Sarwar. So this will be the outline for our project presentation. That is, at first we will explain the introduction of the project, then we will go forward for motivation, and then problem statement, literature review, aims and objectives, methodology, app development, and achievements at the end. So talking about the introduction, so we have this project like to develop an Android app that can identify plants through their images. So we will be using artificial intelligence at its backend. So our motivation was like to create awareness for the people, to make Pakistan a green country and to promote the home gardening. And the app will also be helpful for farmers, like they can identify herbs and other species of plants that are not favorable, and they can use our app in this way. So the problem statement is that it's very difficult to identify plants without the help of any relevant person, and it needs a smart solution. So we have to develop an Android app to resolve and as a solution of this issue. So though some apps in market functionality, but they have a limited solution. For our region, there is an app required that is highly efficient and trained on our regional data set. So for this, we first we went to for literature review, and these are some of papers, relevant papers that help us to complete our project. First is promoting home gardening helps human health. This is a research paper which focuses on assessing the role and effectiveness of kitchen gardening for the food security, and this is relevant to Pakistan, like it's all research carried out in Punjab. So then is kitchen gardening helps people to produce healthy food. This is also Pakistan's research work and held in Muzaffargarh. And this is also for food security and socio-economic conditions of women involved in kitchen gardening. And thirdly, this is a methodology-based research paper, like they used CNN and transfer learning to improve flower cognitive ability. And this is all. We followed all the methodology of this paper to implement our project. Next, these are some of achievements we have so far achieved on this idea of this an artificial intelligence based agronomist. DICE AFS 2021 MNS Multan, we were the winners in this event. Basically, this is a US based organization, distinguished innovations, collaborations, and entrepreneurship, and they carried out this event in Multan Agriculture University. So there we will do. There we won 100,000 PKR. Then is Hult Prize 2022 CBU, and we were the second runner-up. This event held at Sakhara University. Then we went to Lab to Market PAFIST Haripur. This is a Pak Austria Fekshule Institute of Artificial Intelligence in Haripur, and we were the fifth in this competition. And then we go for IdeaGist Pakistan 2021, and we were city round qualifier in this event. This is the flow chart of the methodology. First, we collected the data set. The data set is comprises of 20 classes, overall 27 classes, but we used 20 classes. And then we went for data pre-processing. Most of the pre-processing was carried out manually, we cropped all the data set, and then we trained models on CNN. We used CNN, and we built algorithms, and then we evaluated those algorithms, and we choose the algorithm with the highest accuracy, and then we extracted the model.h5 file, and then it was given to application, our application, that is a Flutter based application, and then we tested that application. Methodology is data collection. Now talking about data collection in more detail. We captured the images using different mobile phones on different times and with different angles. We have collected 20 types of classes data set. That means 20 different floors data set, and each class approximately have 230 images, and this all add up to 4,600 images on overall. And then we did pre-processing, that I have also told that we did pre-processing manually. That means we manually crop the data set. And then methodology, we implemented CNN, convolutional neural network, and the data set was 20 classes, and we divided all the data, each class data set in 160 images for trained data set, and then 10 images for test data set, and then 30 images for validation. Then we loaded all this data set into a Kaggle notebook, and then resizes it to 150 by 150, and then labeled this data, and then normalizes it by 250 by 250. Further, this is the architecture which followed: input, feature extraction, classification, and then output. This is an example of input core. And then finally, we have also an image attached here of floor that is predicted. Building an AI model, we use different approaches. First, we used uncropped dataset for 10 classes. And with the same model which we have built, we have tested this model for 10 classes. We used pre-trained model VGG16 with 13 convolutional layers and 13 max pooling and 3 dense layers, and a final layer with 10 neurons, because we are going to predict for 10 classes. And we used softmax activation function. And then compiling the model, we used model.compile command, and then Adam optimizer of 0.0001 Adam optimizer, and then training the model with model.fit 20 epochs. We do a 20 trained model for 20 epochs, and then we got the accuracy of 47% test accuracy. That is not favorable. So we use then crop data set for those 10 classes, and with the same model, and we got wonderful accuracy of 97.6% train accuracy and 98% of validation accuracy. You can see in this matrix for A, there is only one image that was predicted as G, and for B, all the 10 images were B, predicted as B, and all these are accurate results. Only this 9. This image that belongs to H is predicted 9 times for H and 1 time for C. So this was our result, and you can see our model, this graph, training and validation accuracy graph, and the model is accurate. There is no bad model in this, no overfitting or lower fitting. So then we used crop data set of 20 classes, and then we used the same model, and we tested this model, And also the accuracy was favorable because we got 92% training accuracy, 91% validation accuracy. And the model was also good because for 20 epochs, when we see for 20 epochs, the model is accurate, not overfitted. And this is also for train test, train validation accuracy, and the model is accurate. If we talk about this matrix, also the result is satisfactory, means 6 out of 10, out of 10, the C is predicted 8 times accurately, and 2 times wrong, means it was predicted as D. And also for D, it is predicted 10 times accurately and 0 times wrong. So this was all about crop data set for 20 classes. Now let's go on towards app development. So our app contains plant identification feature, and this app has also these further extra features like plant disease detection, crop identification, shopping, and consultation. But these are not the part of our FIP, since we are going to go for startup. So we have included this also portion. So we talking about the platforms, we used Flutter with Dart language to develop the front end, and then we go for Python Flask web server for backend, and then we hosted our backend on Azure Microsoft server, where the account was bought for serving for 1 month. Requirements, these were some requirements like external libraries were required, some of like for introduction screens. We have used almost 15 screens, and then image picker library was used because we are going, our app directly can take image from camera and also can take image from file or gallery. And then we use translator to provide our user support, like different languages. We can provide the information in any language from our app. And then we use image cropper library to crop the image to get low noisy data set. And then hex color was used. Talking about security, since it was a comment in our second presentation, to implement security, we have implemented security of our app. So since this is a standard CIA triad, this is a standard security applied in different apps and websites. So what does it mean? It means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality was make sure by using HTTPS while at first we were using HTTP, hyper text translator protocol. So after this we used HTTPS, which is a secure, and we are going to discuss this further in coming slides. Integrity is implemented by Microsoft Azure, where we have hosted our server, and this is pre-built security. Then availability it means that providing means services to a customer, and that is made sure by a premium package of Microsoft Azure, which we have bought, and this is also assured. So this is the HTTP and HTTPS difference, which I have discussed before earlier, that when we are going to use HTTP protocol, the response generated from server is this way. It means a string is the response, and anyone can get this information. Any third party can involve and can get this information. But when we use HTTPS, the server's response is like this way, encoded. And now the third party is unaware of this response, and the information is end-to-end encrypted. So this is a brief of our app use and how it works and results. This is the video and that is now, I think, running, and you can see how it works. First, we have to select any of image, and then we crop it like this way as shown in this video. And then we select this, and then within 1 to 2 seconds, there is a result. This is a Petuna Gantt white, and this is how app works. Next is conclusion. Project goal was to do identification of plants, and we collected the data set of 20 classes of flower plants. And then we applied some pre-processing techniques as discussed, like we manually cropped and do this thing. Then applied the convolutional neural networks as deep learning model to train the model. Then developed mobile app, and then Python-based Flask backend on Microsoft Azure server, and then it was testing. Future recommendations are like we are going to add diseases and crop yield prediction, and further we are going to work on this. And then we have applied for ISF Innovation Seed Fund, a World Bank grant through HEC. We will go for a national app by that grant, and we will go for this as a startup, and we will be going to generate employment. These are some of references of different papers and literature review papers which we have gone through, and which helps us to complete our project. This is all from our side. Thank you so much for watching.